Venus is so very, very terribly hot. And actually, the reason Venus is so hot, and I think I mentioned it already in this chapter, is basically its atmosphere is composed of a greenhouse gas that is just very effective with trapping energy that it would otherwise cool off. Okay, so the daytime and the nighttime temperature on Venus is about 470 degrees Celsius, which is very hot. Okay. I mentioned that the surface of Venus is brittle, and we've seen, images that have been sent back by that one spacecraft that landed years ago, I think the 1970s. How brutal it is basically, instead of the atmospheric pressure that we're feeling now, take 90 times that, and that's what you'd be all squashed, right? You'd feel on the surface of Venus because of its atmosphere. Its atmosphere is primarily carbon dioxide versus Earth's atmosphere is mostly nitrogen and oxygen, with just kind of trace amounts of the variable gas carbon dioxide. I think it's a variable gas. So we definitely don't want to mimic the composition of Venus's atmosphere on Earth. So, yeah, carbon dioxide is not something we want to build up in the Earth's atmosphere. So like this says, though, at the bottom there, in part, the Earth, even though it has burped up an amount of carbon dioxide from outgassing and such, some of its carbon dioxide has found homes in our oceans, and the carbon dioxide then can be used for cute little animals to make their shells. And the other thing is carbon dioxide has just been kind of tied up with regard carbon in our rock cycle. So on Earth, the carbon dioxide has been kind of tied up in ways that it hasn't been in Venus. So within the Venus's atmosphere, the reason it looks all cloudy is not because it has a hydrological cycle with water raining and then it evaporates and then rains, that sort of thing, but actually it has clouds of sulfuric acid, or the liquid sulfuric acid, making those clouds. So just to kind of summarize or kind of put things in perspective with regard to Venus is very hot and kind of situation with regard to greenhouse gases trapping its heat. If we were to move the Earth, that's what the little caption says, if Earth moved to Venus's orbit, we would be in trouble as well. Because like this says, if we move to Venus's orbit, we're closer to the sun, and we're going to have more water is going to evaporate, go from a liquid to being a gas within the Earth's atmosphere. And remember that actually water vapor, water gas, is a greenhouse gas. So we would expect then to basically enhance our greenhouse effect of the gases in the Earth's atmosphere. And so with that, it should get warmer. With it getting warmer, it should evaporate more of our water in our oceans, and then those water can be more of a greenhouse gas and make the Earth even warmer. So kind of what we're describing is sometimes called a positive feedback mechanism, not because it's good, but because basically what happens kind of ramps up, kind of feeds on itself. So let's not move to where Venus is.